But that's why a lot of people that ask me that they want to be like entrepreneurs and stuff, I'm like, honestly, I don't think that life is for most people.
Or maybe I'm just surrounded by losers, but... I'm kidding.
That's true. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another great episode of Careful Boys. We have with us two special guests. We got Patrick Riley over there. Thank you. And we have Min, aka What's a Mortgage, with us.
What's a mortgage, man? Man.
So we're already pretty
My mom's
familiar.
gonna be watching this, by the way.
Oh, your mom watches this?
What? That's so cool.
Oh, no, I was telling her about it. She was like, watching. It's like, oh, she liked it. She's like, okay, I want to watch it. Let me know when.
I like JustKiddingNews.
And then I just start off with a Vietnamese profanity. Just great.
You did? What'd you say?
I said, "Jeba Mao."
That sounded nice.
It's nice. It's delicious, too. So we know a little bit about what you do. You want to explain for the viewers where your area of expertise lies?
Can I explain first?
Okay, yeah.
I like my explanations the best.
Okay.
Because I have a different experience. So I'm always on my explore page looking at shit. And so, I fell in love with Chappelle because he was telling a lot of racist jokes. So Chappelle, shout outs to him.
Okay, yeah.
That's what he's known for, racist jokes.
And then with Min, I was looking, and then one day he was like, boo-hoo, the interest rates are going up. You can't afford anything. And I was like, hey, this guy's pretty funny.
You can't afford anything.
Because most like real estate or finance, investor, that kind of stuff, it's like some boring ass shit.
And why do they all gotta look like they fucking sell cheap cars?
Why you gotta talk about Ant that way, bro? So you have Chappelle here and then Min's here. Okay.
So that's what I found, and then maybe you can explain what you actually do.
You can correct that.
It's a good setup.
All I do is do boo-hoos.
He just makes fun of people who can't afford a house.
I was just telling him when he came in, I'm like, the way that he does it is very different than most realtors that are trying to like use social media to advertise their businesses. He packs a ton of info and stuff that you want to pause it. You ever notice that?
A lot of the time.
And I think like even though, I don't even know anything about it, I'm interested and I'm not even, in the home buying market.
Nice.
But I feel like I am when I watch his stuff, which is nice.
You give us hope, man.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. So yeah, I do residential mortgage. So I've been doing mortgages since 2003. So I was in school. And someone sent me an e-fax. I don't remember e-fax back in the days where it's like, damn, I'm old now.
I remember e-fax.
2003?
When you fax something over, but it comes over as a PDF, and someone showed me a check for like $40-something thousand, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm gonna quit what I'm doing, and so I dropped out of school and I jumped in and I got into mortgages in 2003.
What were you in school for when you dropped out?
Just taking general classes.
Oh, wow.
Like college?
College, yeah. I went to Cal State Fullerton first.
Nice.
Didn't pan out that well. Went to FJ, the junior college.
Oh dang, Fullerton, huh?
Right.
So a homie just fucking try to rub it in your face. Look at this, 40G. Oh, is that where you got your Instagram idea from? Boo, 40Gs.
So he sent me the check, and I was like, "Whoa!" I sent me the check. I'm like, "Whoa, were you in a car accident? Did you get like a check from insurance?" Like, no, it's from doing mortgages. So I dropped out of school. I quit. I let my vending machine business go, and I got into mortgages.
You had a vending machine business?
Yeah.
That sounds really fun.
While you were a
adventurous
student?
as well. Yeah.
Everyone's talking about doing that shit. Like,
You used to stock machines?
Stock machines, yeah. I had my own machines at a couple of high schools. Had to grease some principals, but they were in some schools.
How much is the average principal back then?
How do you buy a principal?
Well, like $500.
Dude, you gotta give them like you'll say for every time someone buys a drink, I'll give you a nickel or 10 cents.
A nickel?
It depends. It depends on the shot caller is at the school district or at the school.
That's quite a.
and that was
grease.
under the table grease?
Yeah, it was on the table.
That's a whole
Yeah, that's how it works. I had the hockey coach, and he ran like the boys' gym. I mean the boys' locker room. So I had machines in there. So that's how I made money back
Was
then.
it snacks and drinks?
Just
Or
drinks,
was-
just drinks.
Oh,
Snacks
just
perish.
drinks.
So if they don't buy it in time, now you got stuff that's gonna.
Was this like
Yeah.
Troy High School or like Sunny Hills High School?
I can't say the high. I don't want to get people in trouble. It's in LA County. It's in LA County that has a hockey team.
I wonder if they're not even
First
they're
last
working there anymore.
Oh, they're not working there anymore at all.
That's fine.
Oh yeah,
that's
just say
fine.
their name then.
Damn, so you're what, 20 something?
Yeah, 23 at that time.
Doing all that fucking working with corrupt officials at the high school.
And who sent you a fax about vending machines that made you want to do that?
No, that I just got into just sporadically, and then I got into mortgages, and then of course the crash happened. Of course I retreated, moved back home in 2008, but I sat through the market, And you know, in 2008, feels like it is right now. Where today, this is like a cakewalk compared to 2008. 2008, people wanted to get homes, but there was no bank lending out money. Now banks are lending out money, but no one could afford the home. So it's kind of like vice versa.
So when you saw the crash in 2008, right? You were, how old were you?
28.
And you've been in the business, like real estate, mortgage, for like 5 years already?
Correct.
Oh shit.
So it was humbling moving back home.
So did you get like absolutely destroyed?
Yes, I got absolutely destroyed. So I moved back home. Of course, moving back home was the best because.
Can you paint a numerical picture of what absolutely destroyed me?
Yeah, how much?
I lost everything. I mean, like everything.
Like negative or zero?
Donuts.
Because some of the people in here lost millions. So what's your number?
Oh no! Back in 2008, it was like a couple hundred
We wanna
thousand.
feel
Like
better.
after I lost a couple 100,000.
Well, a couple 100,000 under 30 years old is a fucked.
Fuck yeah.
But in 2017,
Even for 80 years old.
I'll take that today and be sad as fuck.
But in 2017, I lost 1.7 million, and I lost 3 million, and I owed 1.7 2017.
Oh, you owe.
And then I climbed out of it to build things again. So of course the market bounced back.
You lost more than me.
You lost it twice.
Man, how did you climb out of it?
When everyone got out of the market, I sat through it and I just started doing my own business and then do my own originations or getting my own loans again. And then one by one, I was still spending money because I started making money like every dumbass, instead of investing it. And then I would start popping bottles everywhere. Nowhere whether it was a pop. When doors open, doves would fly. So of course, whatever this guy's doing, I want to do it.
You bought a bunch of doves?
Couple times.
That's sick.
We would go to clubs like my buddies. They were like
Club
they
dubs?
they were spending money like really. I'm like, bird, like, dude, is there birds flying in the room right now? It was crazy.
That's gangster as fuck, man.
And then of course everyone started more and more of my friends started coming back in the industry, so they all worked for me. So now I have this big old network of loan officers.
Oh wow.
So in 2015, I had the bright idea, I'm gonna leave. I left the company I was with, and I had my own company, and that's when I started burning through all my own money. Dude, in 2014, 15, there was a season I was making like 600 grand a month, just like not doing shit all day. And then
This is all from getting
a month.
yeah, from getting loans.
You were just making
Yeah, and I burned, and then
They deserve a dove or two at that.
Well, this is that new money stage where we all experience. If you get the pleasure to experience, you burn through all of it.
you just PG, PJ everywhere, PJ everywhere.
What's
It's like
PJ?
private jet.
You took private jet.
I never even got to that level, bro. I got Jet Suite X. That's the most private I've been.
I got Uber X.
Oh, you know what? The most private I went to was a Cessna because a student was like, I gotta learn how to fly. But you want to jump in the plane with me? And I'm like, yeah.
Student flyer.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a private though, dude.
Private student flyer.
Yeah.
How bumpy was that ride, though? How bumpy was it?
It had turbulence.
What's your lifestyle like at 600 G's a month? Holy shit.
You know what?
What's your lifestyle?
Doves.
We were it's like I lived in an apartment because I was spending the money on stupid things and just reinvested some of it, spent it, and because we had such a huge team, I kept on trying to acquire more teams, so I would like pay their bills so they can come over and leave their companies. So that's where most of the money went. And then in 2015, when we left, it's kind of like that Jerry Maguire, who's with me, and crickets. Like 2/3 of the team left, a third stayed with the company, and then I knew how to make it rain business, but I didn't know how to run a business. And we burned through all that money and we lost a lot. So those 2 years, my brother and I, we lost everything. And then I had to sell. So in 2017, we started What's a Mortgage when I was losing everything, and literally we got down to our last like 500 grand, and then even with the 500 grand, I gave my wife 250. I took the 250. I covered other bills because I put the business under my brother's name. I wasn't gonna let my brother take the fall, so I just used that to like preserve and hold on to whatever I could. Paid off a lot of bills, and then started rebuilding again.
So when you mention like you knew how to do a business but not like run a business, that means like you were great at sales, but you couldn't run the organization?
Correct.
Oh.
And what was the reason for the Jerry Maguire moment anyway, where you had to,
Because everyone, I think every man or every business person always thinks their dick is bigger than it is.
Yeah.
And then you bite off more, and then you thought you're stepping on it, but you're really not. You're stepping on
Someone else's dick.
Yeah, correct, 100%.
That's my dick.
And then because of that, you slip and fall, and then you got to reset. So that's why you think like, I can do it without this guy. I got reserves. I can move on. We already have our house. Like, let me push forward. And I did. And in mortgages, because since you have to make money, you're leveraging so much money at one time. It's like you have this Ferrari in the parking lot you can't drive because you have to hold it for collateral. And of course, as loans start, we had some bad loans that they take the Ferrari, so you got to put up another Ferrari. They start, and then you think instead of like, you know what, time to just wash our hands and walk away. I fought till the end like a dumbass with my pride instead of, you know what, let me cut my losses.
So you just bled out.
Yeah, let me cut my losses. Put my tail between my legs and reset, or like, you know what, I have enough money, I can chill out for a while, but I didn't. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna beat this thing into submission because if I've done it before, I can do it again. And I fell flat on my face. My wife and I, we sold our house. She moved into another city. We were like on rocky roads. She's like, you know what, figure out your life. Don't stress about being a father and a husband until you get your shit together.
So even the marriage is like, yeah.
So I moved back home to my parents. So it's my second time back at my mom's house, eating call again.
That's actually really, that's actually really supportive of her to be like, yo, figure out I'll take care of the kids and you just stay on your hustle.
Oh, the only thing people shit on me because she's way better looking than me. So like, see, she was with you for your money the whole time. Yeah. But she met me when I drove I called my silver bullet, my Honda Accord. Yeah. She's like, so she was with me after that too. So no one knew like she would stick around. Like, she ain't gonna stick around. She ain't gonna stick around. So I'm at my parents' house, living there from. After we sold our house, March 2008, I still owed. 2018, I owed 1.7 million. I reversed it all in 1 year.
What?
In November, all the debt was gone, and then my
You
wife
just
and I
hustled like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, bro. You think OnlyFans people can make money? So can short Asian guys.
So you had a massage parlor too?
Yeah. So yeah, I reversed it all, and then
What's a hand job?
But
What's a head job?
pretty much.
Each one's a nickel, dude. Each one's a nickel.
It's a mortgage and massage.
Hey, good business.
So after we reversed it all, I was tired. I signed this big contract with U.S. Bank, and then things just got a little bit easier. Things are comfortable now, but so when I talk to people who buy or rent, I have more empathy because I know how it is to, it's easy to say, oh, buy a home, like these other realtors and lenders, but it's hard to.
Oh, I thought you've been making fun of them these days.
I try to make light of the situation. Yeah. So now we're here.
What does that mean that you signed a deal with U.S. Bank?
So I signed like a signing bonus with them because I was doing the What's a Mortgage channel. I wiped out a lot of my debt with the page. We don't make that type of money now than we did. We don't make that type of money now that we did back then because I was actually doing the loan, but I was so burnt out. Like, I'd rather make less money, but pace myself and not kill myself. Let me get out of this debt first. But I was giving a lot of business to this one loan officer who was at U.S. Bank, the deals we couldn't do. And that's the cool thing about my channel is that we only do deals we can do, and the ones we can't, we just tell, go here. How many times I told you, like, go here instead. Yeah. And people like that.
Which made me feel like, oh man, like, Min's so authentic, because it's like a lot of people try to keep business to himself, and he was like, oh, you know what, that loan you're looking for, I don't even offer it, but Neil, like, hooked me up with someone else. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
So we were giving these deals to U.S. Bank, and then they're like, hey, you're giving us so many deals, let us take some of your costs off of you, and also, why don't you join us, and here's, like, 250 grand, join us. So we did a 6-month contract with them, and then I went to Loan Depot after that, and then pretty much things just kept going. So
Loan Depot?
Yeah, for a season before they went public. And then when they went public, I think I can talk about it now because I know they had I couldn't talk about it up until I think May this year. So we were with them for a while. They went public, and then things just changed, and then we went independent, and now we're selling, pretty much providing our viewership, selling it to another lender, and then we're also starting to close a lot of our own business now.
Damn.
So after all the stuff I learned, just like pace yourself and calculated moves.
That sounds crazy.
And don't step on your dick. It ain't that big as you think it is too.
But to be honest though, like almost every entrepreneur I know has this story of I fucking almost lost everything and then I did it again. And it almost feels like it's like you have to. Well, at least for me, I don't know any story of someone who's started something and then like they've been perfectly like on the right track all the way without fucking up. Like I think personality wise, entrepreneurs are stubborn and then they just fucking beat the shit out of something and see what their limits are. and sometimes those limits are like it'll kill you. But then like you know what I mean, right? Like they just keep going and going and going, and then they have to figure out what their burnout threshold, all that, and then they go, maybe I should like chill out a little bit.
Yeah, I think
I really don't know anyone that's like that. And then later we all feel like maybe we shouldn't have spent so much on the business. Maybe I should have saved like a little bit, you know?
But that's why a lot of people that ask me that they want to be like entrepreneurs and stuff, I'm like, honestly, I don't think it's that life is for most people.
I don't think so either.
Fuck, if it's like, if you want your like Uber ride to be a roller coaster every fucking day, yeah, then go ahead. But so most people want a nice, smooth Uber ride, you know?
Or maybe I'm just surrounded by losers, but I'm kidding.
That's true. Can you get more into so like what you went through in 2008 with that crash versus what someone like you might be going through in this crash? What's the difference really?
I think a lot of people aren't. A lot of loan officers or realtors aren't doing. They're not taking a pay cut. Even right now, I took a pay cut because I need to pump more money into ads. You got to see this face everywhere to make money as soon as we get out of this. And everyone's like, oh, they're just trying to take everything they can because they don't know when the next dollar's coming in. Move home, live modest. If you can't move home, go to a place with cheaper rent. People just don't want to step down or take a pay decrease, you know, when things aren't good. Like I said, I could have just walked away. I probably wouldn't work right now if I would have walked away in 2016 when I had a chance to. I had some money in the bank. I'm like, no, I'm gonna fight through this. I'm gonna fight through this. Instead of taking, you know what? Let me cool my lifestyle, dude. I was going out spending like $1,000 a week on dumb stuff when things weren't good. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna eventually make it again. Why slow down? Why slow down? You know.
So for you, it was like you could have been more conservative.
Correct.
Like, stop spending on white doves flying everywhere.
That's kind of just balling.
You go to places like you don't make watermelon juice. Here's some money. Go get a blender and bring in some watermelon and blend me some watermelon juice so I can drink it with my vodka.
Wouldn't that take long? Because they have to run to the Ralphs and get a blender.
It's boss to be able to do it.
The feeling though
It's not
is
about
sick.
the time that you get, it's the fact that you made somebody do it when they didn't have a blender.
But you had to wait at the restaurant for 5 hours so they could buy it at the Ralph's.
But there's already 5 strippers sucking your dick at the restaurant. You got plenty of time.
I
At the
fucking come in
restaurant.
30 seconds and then I get tired.
And then look at their butthole.
Oh, and then you get a sleeping bag, and then you take a nap at the restaurant and you wake up.
Sleeping bag.
The reason why we had to get it, like, do they have a blender there? Well, because of safety codes, they can't bring their what's called big industrial blender out. So to bring a small blender out at the table, because my buddy wanted fresh watermelon juice. It was crazy times. Right?
Damn.
they
So
were spending money
just
like
for fun, can you tell us some other frivolous things you've spent that you wish you could get the money back from?
Oh, so there was one night I got the back call from these Middle Eastern guys, and they're like, "Oh, let's go hang out. Let's go to Vegas." And it was just on a Tuesday, and I'm like, okay, you know, like I'll bring some money with me. I'll bring like $10,000. We'll probably spend a day or two. I saw the bill, and it was over $100,000, and I'm like sitting like, I get that $10,000 was just like on top of another $10,000. So we were all like,
What kind of bill was it?
at Excess? It was just at a club.
For one night? So you guys partied, and then you guys spent $100,000. Is it because the table was
The table, I don't.
it's the
I
sparklers.
think that's when like Afrojack was big. I forgot when it was. Like there was some big DJ, and it was like he just airdropped in, and it was some big old thing, and you know.
Yeah. Then the table rates go
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
You had to pay for his airdrop.
So the table rate could have been like $50,000 by itself, and then all the bottles.
Yeah, well, the $50,000 would come with like the minimum, and then you buy more. And then of course,
Right.
there's like and at one time I bought a bottle of or a champagne bottle was like $19,000. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, why did I do this? You know? Oh yeah, trust me. Those things I'm like, dude, where can I get invested? Where like I think about that now. Now I'm like as frugal as hell.
What is it like drinking a 19? Because I would imagine like you want to savor it so fucking much that you can't enjoy it. You know what I mean? You like every sip is like that was $4,000. That
Just like this. Don't waste it, dog.
No, we just yeah. Those are like yeah. So it was crazy. That bottle of champagne didn't taste that good. It wasn't $19,000 worth.
What does it feel like? Does it feel like you're skydiving? You know, like when you're, because I think people
When you're
do-
drinking champagne?
No, when you're doing baller shit. when you're doing baller shit, the reason why you do them is the thrill is insane, right? So like, let's say like for like Joe, for example, 5,000 on black. that feeling, you're like, oh my fucking god. So it's like skydiving.
Imagine doing that at the table. Oh shit!
Right? But that's why you do baller shit, right? Where you're like,
As you drink the champagne, oh!
yeah, you're like, you know what, this Ferrari? Fuck this Ferrari, watch this. And you just crash into the building. I don't give a fuck, right? So when it's like $19,000 champagne, does it feel like you're fucking skydiving or something?
I think the moment, but then afterwards when the music turns down, you're like, oh my god. You're sitting in the room like, literally like.
It's like the guilt after you bust a nut.
Yeah.
Jeez. That post nut
For
syndrome.
a second, though, it feels crazy.
Yeah, that second. I think another crazy time was we were in, I think we were in Seattle. The Seahawks were playing, and we went out, and my buddies, like, they do dispensaries, so they have like cash they gotta like throw out. So we had a table next to, I think it was like Richard Sherman. He was throwing ones, they were throwing ones. He was throwing fives, they were throwing fives and tens. I'm like, oh my god. Like, I'm sitting there like, are you kidding me? In the air, throwing fives.
Throwing out in the air?
Fives, just throwing fives in the air. And I'm like, dude, I'll never do this again. Like, so as I'm doing it, I'm like regretting it, but like.
So most of the things you spent were like lifestyle
Yeah.
events and not so much like items, right?
No, correct. Well, I had a couple watches like I ended up, selling. I was like, I'll never buy an expensive watch again. It doesn't make you fuck longer. It doesn't make your dick bigger. It doesn't make you skinnier. Unless it does all three of those things, I'm not paying for it.
Apple's working on that.
all my Rolexes, I bought and I sold it used for what I bought it for. So one, I sold it for $100 more. So I felt like I got a free watch.
$100 more. It's nice.
Yeah, it was a Datejust. I sold it back used for $100 more to a jewelry shop.
Oh yeah.
That is very rare. That is rare.
It's pretty good.
They get collectible, right?
Yeah, they go up in value.
It went up in value just recently, like during the lockdown. So I got lucky, and I was like, "Oh baby, I got to wear a free fucking watch that I didn't do nothing."
And 100,000 more steps like that, and you make your crypto money back.